Unit 2, Section 1, Structuring a Tutoring Session. The agenda for this unit is to review the structure of a tutoring session. After an overview, this unit will cover how to begin a session, set goals for a tutoring session, and end a session. The objectives of Unit 2 are to understand effective structures for a tutoring session, to learn how to begin and end sessions to maximize student learning, and to understand how to set goals for individual sessions. Effective tutoring sessions are structured, and in order to be structured, the tutor must foremost know his or her mission and focus, be prepared, have a plan, and make goal setting part of the regular routine. Do you know your mission as an academic tutor? Your mission as an academic tutor is to encourage and equip students for learning success. And your mission is accomplished through personalized, student-centered instruction, which has been proven over the centuries to be an extremely effective method of education and learning. The key to personalized instruction is to keep the focus on the student. Each student you tutor should receive your undivided attention. Students are at the center of the tutoring session. Their needs are our priority, and we learn our students' needs by actively listening to them. Active listening will be discussed in more detail later in this tutor training course, but in brief, active listening is when you patiently listen to someone for the purpose of comprehending what's being said. Paying attention and actively listening helps you identify your student's learning style and adapt your tutoring style accordingly. With auditory learners, reading aloud is a good strategy, for example, and with kinesthetic learners, you might have them screen share to show you what they are doing, while visual learners will likely want you to share your screen to show them what you mean. To conduct effective tutoring sessions, you must also be prepared. Arrive to your shift early enough to situate yourself and be ready to start on time. It's also a good idea to open commonly used files and web pages and keep commonly used textbooks or guides at hand for quick reference. Be sure to greet your co-tutors and always remember your mission and focus. This will keep you on track when sessions take surprising turns. You'll hear more about that a bit later in this training course. Conducting effective tutoring sessions also requires having a plan. The next sections of this unit go into more detail about how to begin, conduct, and end a session, but it'll be primarily up to you to start the session, greeting the student, asking how you can help, and listening to the student's questions or concerns so you and your student can set a goal for the session. You then continue the session with a discussion or learning activity in which the student is an active participant. Finally, it will usually be up to you to keep track of time and end the session with positive reinforcement about what the student learned or accomplished during the session, and a plan to help the student continue working on his or her own.
Unit 2, Section 2, Beginning a Tutoring Session.
When beginning a tutoring session, it is important to establish a rapport with the student you will be working with. Begin with introducing yourself with your name, along with making the student feel comfortable that you are here to help and to support the student with their goals. As a tutor, you want to identify with how the student feels and recognize their frustration, fear, or whatever emotion the student may be expressing. On many occasions, the student may get to tutoring as a last resort and may be feeling upset or angry. It is your job to not react to these emotions and keep a positive, friendly attitude toward the student. Avoid sounding superior or snobbish as you start the session, and be sure to give your student your undivided attention. Once you have introduced yourself and you are ready to begin helping the student, the first step is to clarify what the purpose of the tutoring session is. When the student initially entered his or her name, they may have said they needed help with a particular course, and that is all the information that you have to start with. Begin to probe the student for more specific information of how you can assist them during this tutoring session. Remember, our goal in tutoring is to make the student a more independent learner. Once you have introduced yourself and know exactly what it is that the student needs, it is then time to set an agenda with the student. The purpose is to set expectations with the student of what your plan is for the session. This way, both you and the student are clear. One important thing to remember is that not all of your students are the same. Therefore, you must not handle every tutoring session in the same way. Your students may come from a variety of cultural backgrounds and are at different levels of reading and writing. The tutor should also make sure that the session goes in a direction that will help the student become a more independent learner.
This concludes Section 2 of Unit 2, Beginning a Tutoring Session. Please continue on to Section 3 of Unit 2. Thank you.